Marcus and Leo started in the same place. Same age, same phase of life, same quiet ambition to do something more. Both of them had been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, not for fame, not for vanity, but because somewhere deep down, they both felt they had something to say, something to build, something to become. But that's where the similarity ended. Leo was almost ready. He had ideas, a lot of them. He would sit for hours watching other creators, analyzing their content, studying thumbnails, scripting styles, lighting setups. He would say things like, "I just need to refine my concept a bit more. The lighting has to be right. I need to structure my content properly first." To him, it sounded responsible, like preparation. But days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and nothing actually started. Marcus was different, not more talented, not more confident, just less concerned about being perfect. He didn't plan to start a channel seriously. In fact, he started almost by accident. One evening, after yet another conversation with Leo about starting soon, Marcus picked up his phone and recorded his first video. No proper lighting, no script, no perfect delivery. When he watched it back, he laughed. It was awkward, unpolished, imperfect. But he uploaded it anyway. That single decision created a gap between them. At first, it was invisible. Leo still had better ideas, better understanding, better plans. Marcus just had one messy video. But something had shifted. Marcus had entered the game. Leo was still preparing for it. Over the next few weeks, Marcus kept going. His second video was slightly better. Not great, just better. He learned small things, how to cut pauses, how to improve audio, how to hold attention for a few seconds longer. Nothing dramatic, just small improvements. Meanwhile, Leo kept refining. He redesigned his channel concept 3 times, changed niches, watched more tutorials, took notes, but still hadn't uploaded a single video, because every time he got close, a thought stopped him. It's not good enough yet. And that thought felt reasonable, even logical, but it was costing him something he didn't realize: time, momentum, identity. Months passed. Marcus now had 20 videos. Most of them weren't great, some were forgettable, but each one taught him something. He understood pacing, he understood audience attention, he understood what worked and what didn't. Not because he read about it, but because he experienced it. Leo, on the other hand, had notebooks full of ideas. Perfect titles, perfect structures, perfect plans, but no experience, because he was still waiting. Fast forward 1 year. Marcus wasn't a huge creator, but he had something real. A small audience, a growing skill, a sense of direction. More importantly, confidence. Not the kind you think your way into, the kind you build through action. Leo, still thinking, still planning, still saying, "I'll start soon." And that's when the real difference became clear. Marcus didn't become confident and then start. He started, and confidence followed. Leo thought confidence was a requirement. Marcus discovered it was a result. That's the trap most people don't see. Perfection feels productive, but it's just delay in disguise. Because when you chase something that doesn't exist, flawlessness, you don't move, you freeze. And the longer you wait, the heavier it becomes. Because every day you don't start, you reinforce one belief: I'm not ready. And slowly, that belief becomes your identity. Marcus built a different identity, not perfect, but active. Not flawless, but progressing. And that changed everything. 2 years from that first video, Marcus looked back. He smiled at his old content. not with embarrassment, but with respect, because those imperfect attempts built everything he now had. Leo looked back too, and for the first time, the thought felt heavier than usual. I wish I had started. And that's the reality most people avoid. 2 years from now, you will say one of two things. I'm glad I started. Or, I wish I had. There is no third option, because time will pass either way. The only question is, will you move with it, or watch it move without you? Most people think they're waiting for the right time. But the truth is, they're waiting to feel ready. And that feeling rarely comes, because confidence is not the starting point. Action is. The first attempt will be messy. The first version will be uncomfortable. The first step will feel uncertain. Good. That's where growth begins. Marcus didn't win because he was better. He won because he was willing to be seen imperfect, willing to learn publicly, willing to move before he felt ready. Leo didn't lose because he lacked talent. He lost because he waited. And if you're listening to this, there's a little bit of Marcus and Leo in you. The part that wants to start and the part that wants to wait. The question is, which one are you feeding? Because in the end, perfection doesn't build anything. Progress does. Perfection promises safety. Progress creates transformation. So don't aim for flawless, aim for forward. Start at 60%. Not perfect, not polished, just started. Because 1 year from now, you won't regret starting imperfectly, but you will regret not starting at all. And remember this, perfection is a thief. Progress is the paycheck.